Three, two, one.
1, 2, 3.
Now you reverse it. I have to do it again. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Listen to This While Doing Laundry. It has been a while. My name's Dondre. I'm a religious psychopath, and I'm going to kill everyone who doesn't believe in the same thing that I do.
13, 14, 15,
All right.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Shut up. All right, so we're back. Today we're going to be talking about the Alcatraz prison escape. So it's about these. So at one point, this was like the top of the line maximum security prison that everyone claimed was inescapable from. But these three guys managed to escape, and the FBI still don't know if they're alive or if they died.
Is this Guantanamo Bay?
No, this is Alcatraz prison. It's in San Francisco Bay. It's like on a little island. Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
James has escaped from, Guantanamo many times.
Yeah, that place is easy. All right. So, before we get into that, as always, we got the news. So, it's been a couple weeks, so there's a lot of stuff we need to catch up on. Dondre, what is the word?
I don't know.
You're fired.
You're gonna fire me. I quit. I don't know. I'm trying to think what has happened in the news. A lot of things have happened. People have died. People have lived. People have been born.
Mm-hmm.
Last stream was two weeks ago.
Yeah. So it's
About sums it up. That's what's pretty much happened.
Actually, 3 weeks ago. The last stream was 3 weeks ago.
So I think the big stuff is the impeachment hearings that's been going on this week.
That was today, wouldn't it?
Yeah, today and yesterday.
Oh, yesterday?
Yeah, and then they're also going to do some more hearings next week, I believe.
Yeah, so basically, the president tried to extort a bribery, the Ukrainian president. That's everyone, I think, is in agreement that happened, except, the Republicans who are idiots.
Yeah, so I think the way that they are phrasing it is since they tried to bribe them, but since they actually didn't go through with it, they're not guilty.
But still, there's attempted robbery. You can still be charged for it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Is like
and bribery was like one of the impeachable offense.
Yeah,
the Constitution.
And then also, not to mention, I mean, this has been known for a while and nothing has happened. But isn't there a law where the president can't use his seat, his power to enrich himself? And
yeah, but he's been doing that since he got elected. So
yeah,
the Republicans didn't want to do anything about it, and then Nancy didn't think she'd get consensus. I mean, we don't even have consensus here. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Dude, that's fucking insane. Like,
weird that people could just be
what's happening?
Patriotic.
So is this hearing going to be just about the Ukrainian deal, or are they also going to try and throw in other stuff?
No, this is the inquiry. This is the issue.
Oh man. So yeah, we'll see what happens with the.
I don't think anyone cares though. Charlie voted for Trump. He's not watching the impeachment. His wife is not watching the impeachment. So I don't think it's going to change anyone's mind. I think we just need to do our part. Mm-hmm. The good people of the world, the Democrats, and then let the fucking Republicans, not, pass or not, let it pass. Let that be on them. I think we should just go through our part. But yeah, after hearing. So I haven't watched it. It's all been recorded. I've just watched the highlights. Mm-hmm. After watching the highlights, I'm like, this person's guilty. Like, let's move on with our lives. And then also, you need to make it interesting. Like, the fucking opening statements were so fucking long. Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck is wrong with it? No one ever take a debate class or a course in communication. Like, the average Americans are morons.
Yeah.
You want them to listen through all your bullshit? Like, oh, fuck. I hate them. Fuck the ambassador. Fuck the ambassadors out there. I don't really know what you do, but whatever.
Let's see what else.
So where's the current state of things? Is it still ongoing? Is it?
Yeah,
Not good.
still ongoing.
When does it officially end? Like, and we get the results?
What do you mean? There's not going to be like an official What do you mean, like an official report? Like you want a Mueller report over this? They're
Like,
just gonna.
when do you get to determine the decision on the impeachment?
After all the witnesses testify, and then the Republicans, at the very beginning of the when it started, the first inquiry, they were like, "What about the witnesses that we wanted to call?" So we're gonna see what happens, and we're gonna see if the whistleblower if they're gonna reveal the identity of the whistleblower and get that person to testify as well. Mm-hmm. There was a really good part that a clip that I saw when I can't remember the Republican's name, but he looks like just so fucking disheveled. It looks like but he was like, he was asking about the whistleblower, like, why can't we have the person who started this whole mess? Did you see that clip?
No.
No, he's like, why can't we have the person who started this whole mess sit right here? Where's that whistleblower? And then a Democratic, senator was like, well, the president's welcome to come and sit in this seat any day of the week. I was like, oh, thank you so much. These people are out of fucking control, man. I just don't know about.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well,
so it's
nothing's gonna happen because the Republicans don't want to give up their guy in the high castle.
Yeah, so it's still ongoing. So we'll see. Like, what if they put out some kind of?
We had another school shooting today, by the way.
Oh, really?
I saw that. California, 2 dead.
Oh, so what's the story on this one?
I don't know yet. He could be a nobody. He could be a somebody.
Like, what was his plan?
I'm assuming to kill motherfuckers.
Oh my God.
What was his plan? He wanted to get some girl's attention.
Okay, wait.
Wait, what? That's what happened?
No, I'm being dramatic. No, he wanted to kill people.
Oh.
Okay, let me see. Let me see what it says. It says that. So the California school shooting says that it was a religious crusade. He said, just like how they did 1,000 years ago, in the name of Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior, he had to do what he said.
That's why?
I don't think that's what that says.
Gotcha. I was messing with Dondre.
Oh, Nikki Haley. That was the most interesting interview I've ever watched in my entire life. And
what interview?
She's a dumb hoe. So basically, guys, I can't remember everything. I'm a very busy person, but basically, I think it was like the Secretary of Defense at the time, and then Trump's chief of staff. She was the ambassador to the UN. They went to her and they're like, hey, basically we want to try to keep this president in check because he's batshit crazy. So would you like join us in our endeavor to do that? And she told them that no, you need to stand up to the president instead of like trying to undermine him and try to like not let stuff that he wants done like happen. Mm-hmm. And I was like, in a regular presidency, like Lincoln, he had all the like people who disagreed with him on his like whatever the crap is called, the board or whatever is the seats. I forget what they're called. But Trump, if you don't do what he says, he fires you. And so I feel like at a point you have to, if you care, I think it's patriotic at that point to do everything you can to undermine him and stop whatever you think is batshit crazy at that point.
Okay.
So
but she was saying that like trying to undermine the president. I mean, I agree with her to a point. Like trying to undermine the president behind his back is like doesn't make us look like a good country. But I'm like, yes, if it was like a regular president, I agree with that statement. So like, if you have like a disagreement with the president and you come to him and he still says, "Hey, we're gonna do it my way," then at that point you either resign because you guys can't agree, or you say, "Okay, I agree with you," and then you enact his wishes. But when you have a lunatic like Trump, if you can't really have an open disagreement because he just fires you the next day. And so I think it's at that point you try to push back as much as you can, but you say like, "Hey, I need to be here for the country because I want to make sure things don't go." You gotta get what I'm saying.
You kind of lost me.
Well, I don't care.
So on the subject of the shooting, it was a 15-year-old. Today was his birthday. He turned 16, and he also was confirmed to have a girlfriend. And also, he currently is no longer a threat. He killed himself. And what was one really interesting piece of information was that when they checked his guns after he killed himself, they found that his clip was empty, meaning that he was mentally conscious enough to make sure that he was counting his bullets to leave one for himself.
Well.
So, guess that means you're gonna be the next shooter, huh, James?
Yeah, whenever I shoot up you and your church for not paying your taxes.
You're a lunatic.
Hey, you get what you ask for. No, I'm just kidding.
What's going on with UNT here in Texas? On Twitter, it was like trending like forever. They're like, "Not my UNT."
I didn't hear about that.
Is something
no
going on
idea.
over here?
No idea.
I didn't hear about that.
No idea.
What the heck? Well, that's it for the news.
Wait, one other important detail.
What's going on?
The Sonic movie, they updated the way he looks.
Yes.
You see
Good
that?
job, Twitter. Good job, Reddit.
What
Good
happened?
job, everybody out there.
So, have you seen the trailer for that Sonic movie?
No, because I'm not a 13-year-old boy.
True.
Oh,
But
you're a 13-year-old girl?
yeah. Got him. Oh. So yeah, they made it has Jim Carrey in it, and they made that the Sonic movie based off the video game. And when they first released the trailer, I think earlier this year, everyone was like, "What is this?" Sonic looked like a demonic humanoid version of himself, and so because of, I guess, everyone was crying about it, the studio went back and redid all the CG for him, and completely basically made him how he normally looked in the games.
No one cares. Unless you're not a 13-year-old boy, no one cares. Oh, also, very important. We still don't have Trump's taxes. And he just filed paperwork with the Supreme Court to block the subpoena to see them.
Yeah.
Like, this guy really does not want us to see his taxes. Like,
Yeah,
I have never seen someone try so hard for you not to see their taxes. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy that a lot of people don't see a lot of the... Oh, it's just so weird. Like, how can you just be okay? Like, I mean, this has been said, but it's true. Like, if Obama did a fourth of the stuff that he did...
Yeah, the Republicans would have already started impeachment procedures, not inquiry. Papers. They would have dropped it out. I just don't know what's happened to them. It's very disturbing. And it's like, I don't know how these idiots go home at night. Like, if I would divorce them if I was like their wives. Or I'm like, what is happening? I cannot live here with you. You are a lunatic.
What else happened? Let's see. Oh yeah, so Disney Plus dropped. How do you like it so far, Dondre? Is it working now?
Yeah, it's finally working. Now there's idiots didn't know that it would crash. So 10 billion people try to get on it.
Yeah.
They have a lot of the old shows, but a lot of the shows they don't have the complete, seasons of them.
Oh,
Like the first 3 or 4 seasons are available, and then a lot of the old shows, like the ones from Toon Disney. Like I don't know if you guys used to watch like Saturday morning cartoons. Like a lot of those were Toon Disney shows. A lot of those Disney sold the rights to them like forever ago because they were idiots. They never thought that they could stream stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so a lot of those are not even on here. That sucks too.
So what's
I'm waiting for Nickelodeon to get on this immediately. And I
yeah,
want to see the
they Nickelodeon
Nickelodeon
just
games on them too.
made a deal with Netflix.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
What was
So
the deal?
it's a multi-million-dollar deal. They're going to be working with them to, I think, recreate some of the old shows. I don't know if like they're doing new seasons or just remaking them. And then they're also going to be creating new shows. So
I
that'll
want
be
to see the
interesting.
old ones.
Including Avatar?
Yeah, and that's actually the thing because Netflix is already in the process of making a live-action Avatar. So now with Nickelodeon on board,
Oh,
I
okay.
wonder what they're going to do.
Bro, that'll be so epic.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully.
But they're in a lot of debt. I don't really know if Netflix is going to be around.
Hey, you don't say that. Okay, maybe you do, but still, we'll see.
Did you watch Conan's Ganya
No.
one? Yeah, it didn't get a lot of views like the other ones did.
So also on Disney Plus, besides like the usual the Disney movies and the kid shows that they had, do they also have like Marvel?
Yeah, they have
Okay.
all of them. They want all of them. Some of them they say that it's going to be available in 2020. I don't know what's the hold up on.
Okay. And then have they released the Mandalorian yet or not yet?
No, I don't know. I haven't watched it yet, but it's
Okay.
on there. It's added to my watch.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it has all the Star Wars movies are on there.
Okay.
Yo, we need to like watch that before the movie come out.
The Mandalorian?
Again, rewatch all of it.
Wait, do you mean
I think
like
just 7 and 8 at least.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so what else? What else? Is that everything for the news?
Ready match.
Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty then. Alright, so we moved on to the main story. Gonna be talking about the escape from Alcatraz by three guys named John England, Clarence England, and Frank Morris. So two of them were brothers. So all of them were not big time. They're like kind of small bank robbers. They would hold up places, but they would never use violence. Like at one point, they held up a place using a toy gun. So like they're very like not major. They didn't shoot and kill anyone, but they did get caught. So they got sent to prison, and they got sent to a Atlanta prison. And because they tried to escape from there so many times, they ended up being sent to Alcatraz, which at the time was the most secure and I guess rough prison. And it not only held them, but also held like famous criminals back then, like Al Capone. So this happened in 1962 when they escaped. So on June 12th, on morning during bed check, that's when they found that they were not in their cells, and they haven't been found since then. So the reason why this was considered the most secure place at the time was because they did like throughout the day they did like 10 or 12 like bed checks. Like the guards would come in, check everything, make sure they didn't have anything hidden, make sure everyone's there and accounted for. So they not only did that during the day, but they also did it at night. So because they knew that they would be checked on at night, they had made fake heads to put under their blankets to make it look like they're still in bed. So they used like plaster and real human hair to shape these fake heads to put under the blankets. So, and it worked. So when the night guards came by, they're just casually glancing in the cells and they just see, a relative person shape in their bed. And so they just, thought they were there in their cell, but really they were escaping at the time. But come morning, when they could actually go in there and see, that's when they found that they had escaped.
Found out how they escaped?
Yeah, so, and this is also interesting. So it was 3 guys that escaped, but they also had a 4th guy that was supposed to go with them who was in on the plan with them, but he ended up not being able to escape. Like, he messed up his side, so he was forced to stay behind, and he actually worked with authorities on providing information on how they escaped. So it's actually really, really crazy. So I kind of want to go back and kind of explain a little bit more on this prison.
Okay.
So it was situated on an island in the middle of San Francisco Bay, and it was a few miles from any land. It was like, I think the closest land that you could get to was a island called Angel Island. It was 2.4 miles away. And what?
So it's in the middle of the ocean?
Yeah. So, and it's not like just like still water. It's like cold water, and it's like very rough water. So it's like, it's in order to swim like 2.5 miles through that, you have to be very lucky. You have to be like an Olympic swimmer to make it. And even then, I think someone did a test on that, because they were testing to see if someone could escape by swimming. And so they got like a professional swimmer to try it. And by the time he reached land, he had like hypothermia. And he like, basically, if someone else that wasn't a professional swimmer tried it, they probably would die. But these 3 guys escaped on a makeshift raft that they made. So, that's basically what made it at the time, like the hardest prison to escape from, just because it was its location, and then all the guards and how much they checked up on the prisoners. But they definitely did it. So, here's how they did it. So they escaped on June in 1962, but the previous December, so the year prior to that, they had begun planning their escape. So this is what they did. And I guess this is also around the time, because, in prisons nowadays, like, they don't give you anything. They don't give the prisoners anything that they could potentially make into a weapon, right? So like it's very hard for them to make shanks and all that kind of stuff. So this is back then. I guess they were able to come across stuff more easily than today. So they came across some old saw blades, right? So just some saw blades just laying around. They found those and used those. And then using some crude tools.
You said they had saw blades?
Yeah, they came across some old saw blades. So this is how, I guess, different it was back then. Like, they were able to have access to more stuff than, prisoners do today. That, no one's gonna come across some old saw blades in a prison today. But so using crude tools, including a homemade drill. So they made a drill made from a motor of a broken vacuum cleaner. So they have a homemade drill that's from the motor of a vacuum cleaner. They were able to loosen the air vents on the back of their cells. They basically slowly drilled holes all around the cover, so that way they could basically just remove that entire section of it and they could climb through. So let's see. So basically where they were located behind their cells, so they were all right next to each other too. Behind their cells, there was basically once they crawled through that little section that they had cut out, it would lead to a unguarded utility corridor. So basically they just got to this room that was, no guards. And then that room, they were able to climb up to the roof using poles that were lined up against the wall that led to the ceiling. So they were able to climb to the roof, and let's see. Basically, once they got to the roof, they were able to escape, and the raft that they had, they made it using 50 raincoats that they stole, and then they had a makeshift paddle that was basically like just a stick with a metal piece on the end of it. So they had a makeshift raft, a makeshift paddle, and so they were able to use that once they escaped to so they're not sure where they went, but it's looking like they went to Angel Island, which is the closest place. Is the 2.5 miles away. But this is so like all the work that they put into this, all the makeshift gear that they made, that's just crazy. But yeah, you definitely wouldn't be able to do this today, because you couldn't, you wouldn't be able to come across 50 raincoats and old saw blades. So on the FBI's official website, so they basically talk about their investigation into it and what they think happened. So according to them, they think they're dead. They think they died trying to cross that water. But it's weird because there's different, I guess, pieces of information that other witnesses have stated they saw versus what the FBI says. So the FBI officially closed this case on December 31st, 1979. And so according to them, their official report is that they think they couldn't have made it, and that even if they did make it, there wasn't any reports of like stolen vehicles for them to, drive off somewhere. So that's according to the FBI. But there was recent news that came, well, I say recent, but it was like a few years ago, back in 2010, where basically people were saying that there was a vehicle stolen like right after they had escaped. And then according to witnesses, they were saying that it was a 1955 blue Chevy that was stolen, and it was stolen by 3 men, according to some witnesses. And some relatives to those escapees, they're saying that they, I guess some of them had contact with them, like, letters or visitation or something. They were saying that they were planning on going to Brazil or somewhere in South America once they escaped.
South America?
Yeah, so Brazil or South America. But yeah, and then also on Angel Island, they did find a raft along with some like personal items that belonged to the men. Like some of them had like I guess letters or maybe like pictures, stuff like that they could identify that it was theirs. So they did find the raft on Angel Island. So I think, so the FBI closed the case, but the case is still open for deputy U.S. Marshals. So they basically have a number that you can call if you have any information on these men. So to them, the case is still open. But what do you guys think? Do you think they made it or not?
No bodies were found.
Yeah, no bodies found.
Does it have any evidence of where they went after Angel Island?
Yeah, actually, a lot. Not hard evidence, but it's a lot of like witnesses like saying they think they saw this person that could be them. So let me see. Reported sightings. Let's see. Okay, so I'll list out the reported sightings that people have listed here. So a day after the escape, a man claiming to be one of the escapees, John England, had called a lawyer named Eugenia McGowan in San Francisco to arrange a meeting with the U.S. Marshal's office. But the lawyer refused, and the caller terminated the phone call. And the FBI dismissed the call as a prank. So on that instance, the supposed escapee wanted to set up like, I guess, a meeting with the U.S. Marshals to, I don't know, work out a deal maybe. And then after that, in January 1965, the FBI investigated a rumor that Clarence England was living in Brazil. It was considered significant enough that the agents were dispatched to South America to find him, and obviously they'd never found him. Let's see. I'm trying to read through this and see if any of this is... Okay, so here's one. So some of their family members of the brothers that escaped occasionally received unsigned postcards and messages over the years. One of the cards came signed as Jerry, another one as Joe, and the family also produced a Christmas card that they received in 1962 saying, "To Mother from John, Merry Christmas." And then another...
So that could be for real, or that could also be just a sick joke.
Yeah, exactly. So there's like no real hard proof. It could be someone just messing with them, or it could be actually them. Another sibling of the escapees. So this is one of the younger brothers who wasn't put in prison. His name's Robert. He said that sometimes the phone would ring and that all that could be heard was breathing on the other end. And Robert said that, "I suppose all that could have been pranks, but maybe it was my brothers." And then the mother of those brothers received flowers anonymously every Mother's Day until her death in 1973. And then two very tall, unusual women in heavy makeup were reported to have attended her funeral before disappearing. So I mean, could have been them, I guess, or just some very masculine women.
How did they hear about the death?
What are you laughing at?
What are you laughing at?
Nothing. Nothing's funny here. All right, this is a funeral. Show some respect.
I don't believe you.
It doesn't say how they found out, but I guess...
So, did you read about the part where he wrote to CBS last year in 2018?
No, what happened?
Apparently, January last year, 2018, CBS San Francisco received a letter, and it said it was addressed to the FBI,
Mhm.
and it claimed that the criminals had been at large since the 1960s, and it says in quotes, "My name is John England. I escaped from Alcatraz in June 1962 with my brother Clarence and Frank Morris. I'm 83 years old and in bad shape. I have cancer. Yes, we all made it that night, but barely." Um, so the FBI. Oh, he also said in the letter he offered them a deal.
Mhm.
His the other two people died. One of them died in 2005. One of them died in 2008.
Mhm.
He's the last one alive.
Damn.
Deal was, if authorities announce on television that he would receive a single 1 year jail sentence in which he could have the medical treatment he needed, he will write back to let you know exactly where I am. This is no joke. The FBI did no such thing and instead repressed the letter, so we may never find out.
Man, you think they would at least try to find out?
I guess the FBI didn't want to lie.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Cause yeah, they said they closed the case and they think that they died. But yeah, I think it's definitely possible they made it. Especially back then, when you could just find stuff around prison to escape, and then there wasn't any like really security cameras like there is now. How they're everywhere. It's definitely easier back then.
Oh, there were no security cameras back then?
Yeah, so it definitely made it a lot easier if they wanted to escape. So yeah, I think they made it. What do you think, Dondre?
I don't know what I think. I think they probably died.
Oh my God! See, Dondre's working for the FBI.
Because, there's not a mass conspiracy behind everything. Sometimes people just die.
Yeah, but we're not saying it's a conspiracy. We're just saying like, either they lived or they died. No conspiracy here. Okay, calm down.
Yeah, I think everything's a conspiracy. They probably died. Died in the ocean. Their bodies hit the rocks. And died.
We'll never know, unless. Well, I guess now we'll never know, since the FBI didn't investigate that call or whatever. Was it a call last year?
It was a postcard they received.
Postcard. Okay.
Let me see. Oh, sorry, it was a letter.
Okay. So, yeah, we may never know. But so that's the story of the Alcatraz escape. I think.
There's a movie.
Oh, really?
Escape from Alcatraz.
Is it based off of this?
Yeah, and it's a popular tourist destination because of this too.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely a tourist place now. Yeah, they shut the prison down because it costs too much to operate and everything, and because of its location, it was like from the seawater and everything. It was like deteriorating everything really quickly, so they just shut the place down.
Yeah, plus imagine if you worked there, you'd have to ride a boat to get to work.
Yeah. So out of the whole time that the prison was in operation, there was 36 inmates who tried to escape. 23 were captured, 6 were shot and killed, 2 drowned, and 5 escaped. And
Well, 5 escapes. Not.
yeah,
There's 2 others.
yes, 2 others, and so their story is different. But from the 5 that escaped, all 5, it's unsure of whether they made it or not. So the other ones that escaped were Theodore Cole and Ralph Rowe. Oh, so this was.
Who was the name of their friend who ratted?
Oh yeah. Let's see. It was Alan West. Yeah, so Alan West was the informant that helped them. So yeah, he was the fourth guy that was supposed to escape with them, but basically what he did was, so he was doing the same thing that they were. He was trying to cut around the vent and take the section out so he could crawl through, but because of the guards that would constantly check their cells and everything, in order to hide the fact that that piece was cut out, he had temporarily put basically concrete mix around it to try and blend in with the wall or whatever, but the concrete dried and so he ended up being stuck there.
Wait. So that's why he didn't get out?
Yeah, because he just his mistake. Yeah, so basically all that work he did trying to cut the vent, he basically sealed it back up. But he was.
So were they all like prison mates, or how did they like decide it was the four of them? I get two of them are brothers, right?
Yeah, they were all next to each other, their cells, and because all their cells, once they cut the vent section off and they crawled through, it would lead to that unguarded room. Yeah, so all their cells were right next to each other and led to that room. So yeah, that one guy, Alan West, didn't make it, and he became an informant for the FBI. Oh yeah, let's see. So yeah, that was in 1962, and the other two escapees was earlier from 1937. Yeah, so on those two guys that escaped in 1937, there was no remains found for them, whether it was the bodies or raft or something that they owned. Nothing was found for them, so they may have not made it.
The other?
Yeah, the other two from 37. Let me see. Yeah, there's not much on that one compared to this one from 62. I guess this one from 62 was more talked about just because there was the raft found and a lot of tips that people called in about them. Whereas the one from 37, there's like nothing. So, yeah, that's the story of the escape from Alcatraz.
Damn. So we'll never know, I guess.
Yeah.
Some of this shit is crazy, dude.
Yeah, right? Like, I mean, I know that they, found some of the stuff that they needed, like 50 raincoats and saw blades, but still, that's pretty crazy that they escaped. So, yeah. So what else is going on? Dundra, are you watching Disney Plus?
No, don't look like a loser. I'm watching Adele's Hello video on YouTube.
Oh my god.
From back in 2015.
All right, calm down. Calm down. When are you getting?
We need to have 2,588,808,028 views.
Right. And we can do that.
What the heck? It has 14 million likes. I didn't even know there was 14 million people in the world.
Yeah, man. When are you gonna get the COD?
I don't play games. I'm not a 14-year-old boy. I don't watch Sonic. Okay, I only go to Sonic.
Hey,
I don't play video games.
I know
I
you're.
buy children.
Oh my god. Did you say you buy children?
What? I said I buy them for Oh my god.
Hey, don't change the subject here. Did you know Mr. Epstein? Did you go to his
What the
island?
heck? You call him Mr. Epstein? I call him by his first name, John.
Because you're friends with him?
No, because I asked him for money and he was like, no.
Oh, and he's not really dead, is he?
He just went home like Elvis. That's a joke from Men in Black to all you people who are idiots.
Whoa. Did you see the new Men in Black?
No, I'm going to see Charlie's Angels here shortly.
Oh, God.
Look at Charlie's Angels. I'm so tired. I just want to take a nap and then wake up and then take another nap.
Oh, little boy tired? Want to take a nap? Boo? All right. I guess we'll call it here. Thank you all very much for tuning in. And leave some comments. Let us know if you have any questions or if you want us to talk about something like a story in the future, something to look into.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
okay.
14, 15.
Calm down, Count Dracula.